So, the Zohar describes a scenario that the Torah is called a man. It says just like a man has garments and a body and a soul, so too the Torah has garments, a body, and the soul. And he describes the garments of the Torah is the externalities of the Torah. You have basically the stories of the Torah. A man goes up a mountain, he comes down, the Ten Commandments. It's a story, it's like a children's story, it's a good story. Inside of that, you have a body of law, a complex system that could take you generations to figure out what's being said in there. Essentially, it's 613 mitzvahs. And all of their details and all of their extensions, all of their what goes on there. This is called the body of the Torah. And essentially, this is primarily a person doesn't look to the clothes of a person, you look to the body. And the body describes what you are. In fact, it's an exact parallel between the 613 mitzvahs to the body of a person. As it says in Chassidus, Kabbalah, that the positive mitzvahs contained in the Torah, all the times Hashem commands us, do this, do that, are exactly 248, which correspond to the limbs of a person. And the negative commandments, literally, if you go through and count, you'll come to 365, which represent the sinews which connect the limbs. So it's literally the body of the Torah. Inside of that is what's called the soul of the Torah. Of course, it's stated in the Zohar because the Zohar is one of the classic works of the soul of the Torah. And essentially what the soul of the Torah is the real meaning for it all. So that if a person looks at a person's garments, even if he looks at a person's bodies, he's not accessing the person themselves. The person themselves is their soul. And in fact, these things are called garments because they're really there to express who the soul really is. And essentially, we've been blessed in the last several hundred years to be given a taste, and a gigantic taste, of the soul of the Torah has been revealed through the teachings of Hasidus. This distillation of Kabbalah has come to us basically in our times, and it's accessible to all Jews. It's right there. And the idea, essentially, is that the rest of the Torah, the garments of the Torah, the body of the Torah, they're there ultimately for one reason, that's merely to express your soul, as we said. Person usually thinks that learning Torah is the idea of adhering to a body of rules, to a body of laws. But it can be like, what is it? If you take the laws without the soul, it's like having a body without a soul. It's a dead body. And this is not the religion of Judaism. It's not about doing this, doing that, following this rule. On the contrary, those rules is the way. In fact, the word for laws in Torah is halacha, which means it's your way through the world. These laws are meant to carry us and to actually be an expression of our innermost soul. That's how a person has to connect with Torah. So therefore, what do we do at the way inside? The yeshiva basically focuses heavily, although clearly not exclusively, on this body of work called the soul of the Torah. And in doing so, you're essentially studying your very self. Because inside of a Jew, as expressed in Hasidus, Hashem put himself. The essence of God is found inside of every Jew. And this is a person's soul. And everyone's looking for that. The world is looking for that. People are looking inward. Who am I? How do I find myself? And of course the Torah, which is God's instruction to mankind, it's found in there the exact roadmap to who you are and to how to find your unique gifts and talents that Hashem has given you. Your soul, which is your piece of the Creator inside of you. And as you study the varying parts of the Torah, you discover different aspects of yourself. When a person studies the inside of the Torah, they find the inside of who they really are. And in doing so, what do they find? They find Hashem. They find the essence. They find something infinite. In which case, it empowers them to use the rest of the Torah, the garments of the Torah, to be what it's meant to be, which is a vehicle of expression for their true self. And this is what it means, the way inside. To find the way inside yourself, and therefore, in doing so, to adhere to the rules and the body of the Torah, to become a vehicle and a chariot to express your true self to the world and make the world a godly place.